Okay, hi guys. It's Chris Sandeman back again, and hopefully I will be able to see chat messages again. I've switched SIM cards back again. It's a mystery to me. But if you are there, then say hello, and hopefully I'll see your message. And if I don't reply, it's because I can't see it. And my second phone now has zero service. But if this ends up being not even like up on the internet, of course I'm going to post it later on, because this is a beautiful, quick 12-minute walk that we're going to take from where I am staying tonight with my brother in a very cheap and cheerful hostel, the Dalwhinnie Old School Hostel. We've just checked in, and Lee, the host, gives a quick walkabout inside. And now I am walking over to Dalwhinnie itself, I'm in the town of Dalwhinnie, but to the Dalwhinnie Distillery, which is over there. We can see it in the distance for our visit. And as it's been now a minute, and no one said hello, it means probably I can't see what you are saying. So I'm not being rude, and I apologize. And a big part of the fun for me is being able to say hi to you guys and talk. And if I'm not able to do that, sad for me, sad for you. But anyway, it's still a gorgeous day here in Scotland. We're about an hour and a half south of Inverness, south by southeast. I guess probably about halfway back towards Edinburgh. And I've made the decision not to go back to Inverness later on today because I'm actually already pretty knackered from driving, and thought that instead I will go back up to Inverness tomorrow morning, and then also hopefully be able to fit in a visit to Culloden battlefield. But for right now, Dalwhinnie. So the sun has properly burned through cloud cover, and I'm walking along, and what do I see right away? Thistles. And this guy's right here is the plant symbol of Scotland, as I understand, unless they've changed it since when I used to live in Edinburgh myself. The thistle is that's a beautiful plant. But there's lots of wildflowers here. The smell reminds me of growing up on a farm in the south of England, in Sussex, a place called Dalwhinnie, near Burgess Hill, Haywards Heath. See birds flying by me, little swallows or sparrows, who knows, and a field of sheep. You can hear them maybe. There they are. Look at those sheeps. So I feel like they might be the national animal of Scotland. Not. The national animal of Scotland is the haggis. Now, if you ever have the joy of seeing a haggis in the wild, then it's quite an impressive sight. They tend to roll down hills in your direction. They're not good at going downhill. They're more uphill climbers, the haggis. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. But for right now, I am hightailing my way over through this one-horse town, although many sheep town, and I'm going to tell you what I see and feel around us as we go, as I do not know the history of the location, but it has a train station where trains stop, so that's already a big deal, and certainly probably helps the hostel a lot. I'm a big advocate of hostels, even for adults. I think that they are a wonderful way to create a communal environment for people. When you think about a hotel, everyone really kind of keeps to themselves, but hostels are just such a great place to be able to share stories and travel ideas with others. And this is our first hostel stay during the trip. I'm very happy that we decided to stay there. And like I said, it's about a 12-minute walk. Distillery. And that's what we're doing right now. But while I'm doing that, story that I want to tell, maybe, and it's about sheep. We just saw a bunch of sheep. It's worth talking about sheep a little bit. I'm learning a lot about Scotland right now and the Highland clearances, which displaced lots and lots of Scottish people while they were, living their lives to make more room for sheep, apparently. And sheep play a big part in the history of Great Britain. And I want to take you back for a second. Look how beautiful this is, guys. How beautiful these wildflowers are. I wish I had my chat working. I'd love to know what they were from you guys. If it is laggy or spotty and this isn't really working for you right now, I don't know because I can't see the chat, but I will check the video later on myself and download the HD version from my phone to then upload onto appropriate social media platforms for us. But, oh, there goes the train. How about that for you trainers? You train watchers. There it is. Train spotted in Scotland. Oh, and he just sounded his horn for me. I mean, that is just, don't get much more picturesque than that, huh? Beautiful. Okay, but we gotta get to this distillery. So, sheep. In 1066, William the Conqueror invades England from France. And I think the guy's name was Harold. I'm just going straight from like history class from when I was 16 here, guys. And something like with an H. It didn't do very well. And William the Conqueror basically lives up to his name. Well, I guess he earned his name, really. And he conquers. And at that point, the diet, that what people ate, right, changed in England to reflect what was that major consumption items that you would have seen in France. And meat was not a big part of that diet. Fruits, apples, cheese, right, bread, and these things become kind of the staple diets. But meat was not a big part of that. Probably actually to people's benefit and health because, go figure, our digestive tracts aren't really made to consume meat. We have really long digestive tracts as human beings, much more akin to deer or cows, grazing animals, whose digestive tracts are often many, many times, like 20, 30, 40, 50 times as long as their bodies. Cats, dogs, wolves, bears, lions, their digestive tracts are only about 4 times as long as their body, which means that they eat meat and they get rid of it before they suck out all of the fat and mess of the meat, and then they don't suffer from heart disease because of that, which is pretty amazing. Whereas us humans, like our dear cousins, we really want to process all of the vegetable matter that's going through our longer digestive tracts. And when you introduce meat to those digestive tracts, well, we get plaque buildup in our arteries and heart disease and such. So shout out to John, the trainer. Keep your cholesterol low, right? Maybe less well, meat. But we're back in 1066. And the people of England, especially, are eating more breads, cheeses, and fruits and such. And then you fast forward in time, and we're gonna head to the time of William. Sticking with our Williams here, and William of Orange, who is the Dutch regent in the 1500s, he ends up going to war with the Spanish. No doubt related to Reformation questions and Catholics versus Protestants, the Spanish being Catholics, and William of Orange being a champion of the Protestants. And the Spanish blockade a lot of the trading cities, the port cities that William of Orange is, using, his merchants are using to help fund, of course, ultimately his exploits.
I'm really sorry that you're going to make the tour late. You're coming round with your friends?
Yeah.
You need to hurry up because it's starting.
Sure, I'm right there. Thank you very much. So, like I was saying, I don't really mind being late for the tour. I can skip the tour if I have to. Let's see what's going on here. 3:56, the tour's at 4 o'clock. 4 minutes. This lady is more German than Scottish, which I appreciate the untimeliness of the question. But, so, William of Orange's city of Antwerp was at that time the textile, the linen producing capital of Europe, and the Spanish blockaded. And after they blockaded, what they've ended up doing is they've shut off the supply of linen. People start looking to a new place for cloth. And where do they look? They look to the British Isles, where these small bouncy creatures are running around. These little white furry fluffy guys, the sheep. And the sheep, well, they're in high demand for their wool. Great product. They start producing more and more and more sheep. And what do you do with the old sheep? Once they've gotten too old to produce lots of wool, you eat them. They become mutton. And when this change takes place, this big sheep production, suddenly the British people are eating more and more. Losing. Up, folks.